Hello everyone and welcome to the Frog Squad. Ribbit. So in this video I'm going to talk a bit about Title Update 9. Now depending on which time you're watching this, if you're watching this video quite early on, our next update that we're going to get is Title Update 8, which is a bug fix, and then after that is Title Update 9. Title Update 9 is going to be a proper update, not a bug fix, so it's going to have loads of cool features in it. Let's get started! Now I think we'll all agree that the biggest, big-ass feature in this feature update is the end. You guys don't know what the end is? Well then, it's basically a dark, scary place. It's another dimension, just like the Nether. So it's just like the Nether, you go through a portal and you end up in a different dimension. Now this dimension isn't like the Nether, it's not filled with lava and red fiery skies. Instead, it's a dark, evil place, and some people actually call it purgatory. So if we're saying that the Nether looks like hell, people say that the end looks like purgatory. I understand this because it's not really evil and it doesn't look particularly nice either. There's a pitch black sky, no stars, just pitch black. The ground is made out of a block called endstone. This looks a lot like sandstone, but it's different, and I'll go into a bit more detail later about the end. But for now, let's move on with the features. Another feature is going to be climbable vines. So vines will be able to be climbed just like ladders. That's pretty cool. Another feature, now this one is quite big, you may not think so, but I do. Slabs and stairs can be placed upside down. So slabs will be able to be placed on the top half of blocks and the bottom half, and stairs will be able to be placed upside down. That's self-explanatory really. Now this is really good for some detailed builds, and now we have a lot more choice of how and where we want to place them. Next up, mobs will drop rare items, or mobs will have rare drops. Basically, this means that zombies will not only just drop rotten flesh, skeletons will not only just drop bones and arrows, and creepers will not only just drop gunpowder. Sometimes any mob, and I mean any mob, will drop a rare item. So sometimes a zombie might drop a gold ingot, a creeper might drop some iron boots, a cow might poop out a diamond. Who knows? Okay, next up are zombie sieges. Now I'm not quite sure whether these are already in the game or not, but I don't think they are. And if they're not, they will certainly be added in Title Update 9. Basically, this means that zombies will attack villagers. At night time, when the zombies come out, all the villagers go inside their houses, and zombies will occasionally siege the village. This means that they start bashing down the doors, and they go inside and kill the villagers. But they're not the only ones that should be afraid. You should as well. Zombies will now break down your wooden doors. Now this doesn't happen occasionally, this will happen anytime a zombie just wants to get in your house. Doors are no longer obstacles for zombies, so you better start saving some iron for an iron door. However, zombies will only break through your wooden doors on hard or hardcore mode. So when you're playing on peaceful, easy or normal, zombies won't do this. And that's another thing I need to talk about, is hardcore mode. Oh, I said that quite weird. I mean hardcore mode. There we go. So hardcore mode is basically the hardest difficulty, or it will be once it's added. It's going to be above hard mode, and basically all it is hard mode, except from when you die your world will be deleted, and if you play on hardcore mode you're an idiot. So that's right, a zombie will do as much damage to you on hard mode as he will on hardcore mode, and you know, you get the gist. The only thing different is that when you die your world will also die. I mean, why would you do that? Who plays on hardcore mode? And if you do, I don't know whether to salute you or just laugh at you. And when I say deleted, I mean gone. Like, it's gone. So you could build like the Eiffel Tower, a giant Mario statue. You could build like the best things. One creeper, you die, world is gone. You will literally cry. So yeah, 4J's adding that. I'm sure very few of us are going to use this feature, but still, for you hardcore gamers out there, I'm sure you'll love it. The next feature I would like to talk about is the fact that villagers will now be able to have children. So you know how mobs like cows and pigs and sheep etc. can already have babies, they can already get it on. Well, now villagers will be able to as well. All sorts of things are going to go down back there. They're going to get up to all kinds of things. If the village is at full capacity, so say there are 10 villagers in this village, and one dies, so you've got 9 villagers. Now, the villagers can mate and make a child villager to repopulate their village back up to 10 villagers. Now, I know it's a bit weird, but villagers are actually neutral sexes. So even though you think all villagers look pretty male, they can be male or female. So when you see them getting it on, it's not gay, it's just that he's getting it on with a very ugly woman who looks like a man. And so we will see little baby or children villagers roaming the villages. That's pretty cute, but they still look like Squidward. Another feature that may be added, now this one I'm not quite sure about, but a new map height. Currently the map height is around about 128 blocks high, and so it may or may not be increased to 255. That's mental. As we know, in the current version we can already fly up really high, so high that we can't even see the ground. But in Title Update 9 they may increase the height where we can build as well. That would be great for people who want to build massive builds, you know, really tall skyscrapers, or like a giant project like a Star Wars Death Star, you know, it helps them out. Now this is a very big feature, and that is jungle biomes will be added. Jungle biomes are really cool. It's what it says on the tin, really. It's loads of trees, everywhere you look is green. You can easily start a forest fire, just one flint and steel, light up one leaf block, and the whole jungle will probably burn down. That's how covered it is in foliage. Now jungle trees are different. You know how ordinary trees, they're only 1 block wide? Well, these jungle trees are going to be up to 4 blocks wide. That is massive. These trees are going to be really tall as well. And in a future update, I'm not sure whether it will be added to Title Update 9, but cocoa beans will grow on jungle trees. And so we can find cocoa beans in jungles and make like a cocoa bean farm. If you can make farms of cocoa beans, I'm not sure. The last of the features I want to talk about, after features I'm going to go on to blocks, but the last feature is that sheep will eat grass. Once the sheep eats the grass block will lose its grass and just become a dirt block. And why do sheep eat grass? Well, sheep eat grass to regrow their wool. This is great. Number one, we're not going to have any more naked sheep streaking our Minecraft houses, but also we can just make a sheep farm, have like 2 sheep, a sheep with black wool and a sheep with green wool, you know, the Frog Squad colours, and then shear them, get their wool, let them eat some grass, and they'll grow it straight back, and you can just keep doing that over and over again to get your desired wool colour. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the new blocks that will be added, starting with the circle stone brick block. Now that's a mouthful, but basically, you know, stone bricks, the ones found in strongholds, well, it's going to be similar to that, but it's got a circular pattern on it. It looks really cool. It will not be able to be found in survival mode, however, until a later update, so it can be only found in creative and therefore used for building in creative mode. However, it does look nice and it's going to make a beautiful building material. Another new block that will be added are redstone lamps. These are a bit like glowstone in the fact that they light up. However, they will only be activated with redstone. So a redstone torch or redstone leading up to a lever or something like that. You understand, right? So this can be used for, say, you can put it in a house basically and have lighting. So when you come in, you press the button, or not button, a lever. You press a lever to turn on the lights, and you know, that'll just feel cool, you know? Like, oh, I got home from a long day of work. Now I'll turn on the lights. Yeah, I don't know, but it's got more creative uses, trust me. People will make like patterns so that they light up at specific times and it makes a beautiful pattern, or puts on a little light show, you know, all those redstone geniuses out there. Another block that will be added is jungle wood. I already told you about this in the jungle biomes, and yeah, it's gonna give you different coloured wooden planks. Maybe, I'm not sure whether it's in this update, but it will do at one point. It probably will. So when you make wooden planks out of jungle wood, it'll give you sort of a darker wooden plank compared to that of normal wooden planks. Another block, well, it's not really a block, but an item, is fire charges. Now, quite a lot of us thought that these would have been added previously, but they weren't, so now it's going to be in the next update, Title Update 9. Fire charges, you can throw them and it will light something on fire. You can also place it in dispensers and it will shoot them out and create a fire. You make this with like a magma cream and a blaze rod. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'll have an image. Have a look at the image right in front of your face. So yeah, they're pretty cool. Now the next and last thing on the blocks list are spawn eggs. Spawn eggs are eggs that you can throw to spawn mobs, right? It's in the name pretty much. You will only be able to have these in creative mode, because how on earth are you going to craft a spawn egg? That's not going to make much sense. So you can have them in creative mode. If I got out a creeper spawn egg, I throw it at the ground and a creeper comes out. Keep throwing them at the ground, you know, I'll have a whole army of creepers in no time. There are going to be spawn eggs for a lot of mobs, you know, the normal things, pigs, sheep, cows, skeletons, zombies, creepers, maybe even blazes, I don't know. Some of them will be added in a later update, but most of them will be added in this update. So for instance, there may not be any magma cube spawn eggs in title update 9, but there will be at one point later in the future, maybe in title update 10 or 11. So that was the last of the blocks. Now I want to talk about the mobs. Now this is a big one. Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon is the toughest mob in the game. And when you kill it, you've finished the game. The credits come up and you've completed the game, and you'll return to your normal world so you can keep on playing. So it doesn't actually end the game, it just finishes it. Wow, they're the same thing, aren't they? Oh well. Okay, you find an Ender Dragon in the end. That's why you go to the end. So you go through the end portal, you go to the end, and then you fight the Ender Dragon. Now fighting the Ender Dragon is quite complicated. Basically, there are these giant obsidian pillars with crystals on them. If you hurt the Ender Dragon, he will just regenerate his health by using the Ender crystals. He flies near them and a beam comes out to him and it heals him. So what you have to do to defeat the Ender Dragon is that you climb up these giant obsidian pillars, destroy the crystal, and do this so that all the crystals are destroyed. Then you start taking down the Ender Dragon, because he can't regenerate his health because there are no crystals left. You obviously have to kill him with a bow and arrow because he flies, he doesn't breathe fire, he just swoops down, attacks you, and trust me, he packs a hard punch. So you fight him with your bow and arrow until he dies. He explodes into a ball of purple dust, and then the Ender Dragon egg will appear. And this is sort of your trophy for saying you've completed the game. Here's my Ender Dragon egg. Look, I've defeated an Ender Dragon. And you can go show off to all your friends and they'll be like, oh no, you just gonna... Yeah, I don't think your friends sound like that, do they? So that's the Ender Dragon, and I've pretty much summarised what the end is now. Another mob added will be Ocelots, or cats. If you don't know already, Ocelots in real life are basically a different species that are related to cat. They're like wild cats basically. So Ocelots will be found in jungle biomes, and you can tame them with raw fish. However, these are very hard to tame. Not like wolves, you just go over to them and you like spam the bone button, shove bones in their face, and you're like, yeah, you're my friend now. However, Ocelots, they're gonna run away from you. This adds a sense of realism, because we all know cats are pretty timid creatures. You can't just run up to them and they're like run up to you and give you a big hug like a dog would. Cats would run away. So what you have to do is you have to sort of crouch, hold a raw fish in your hand and sort of ease it towards the cat. And it won't get tamed the first time either. You have to give it like 3 or 4 probably. And then once it is tamed, you will end up with a cat. Now Ocelots look like mini leopards. When you tame it and it becomes a cat, it will change colour. Now, that's not really realistic, but, you know. Now, you get different types of cat. There is a black and white cat, and then there are other different coloured cats, but I can't name them all. The good thing about cats is that they don't take full damage, and they actually repel creepers. So dogs won't attack creepers, and cats will scare away creepers. Bit of a contrast there. But yeah, the main thing is that they won't take full damage like dogs. Now that's really good. The next mob I want to talk about are iron golems, or iron golems. We all thought these would be added in the previous update, but they didn't add it, so it's going to be added in title update 9. They're a lot like snow golems, 3 blocks high, with a pumpkin on top of their head to finish it off. And all you do is place a couple of blocks and it comes to life. With an iron golem, you need 4 iron blocks. 4 iron blocks? That's a lot of iron ingots. In fact, that is 36 ingots. That's pretty expensive. So what you do is, you place 2 blocks of iron ingots on top of each other, and 2 on either side for arms. Then you finish it off with a pumpkin on top, and it comes to life before your very eyes. Now, what do you get exactly for 36 ingots? Well, you basically get a tank. This guy's got so many hearts, he will not die. He'll take on any mob that comes near, any aggressive mob that is anyway. And what they'll do is, they won't just punch him like any boring mob would. Instead, he chucks them up in the air, and then they take full damage. How cool is that? So if a creeper comes, it'll be thrown into the air and repelled backwards so that it won't explode, which is a very effective way of killing them. Now you can either make an iron golem yourself, or you can steal one from an NPC village. That's right, they spawn in villages to protect the villagers, obviously. But you can steal him by just pushing him towards your house, locking him in, and he won't wander back, he'll just stay with you. Their faces look like the villagers themselves. As you can see, they have Squidward faces, and yeah, that's about it. I've already really mentioned this one, but another mob that will be added are baby villagers. I've already said that villagers are now going to have children / babies, but yeah, that's going to be another mob as well, isn't it? You know, children villagers. Even though they are small and cute, they're still just as ugly. On an end note, I'm going to quickly talk about the release date. Now, I'll give you a fact, it's definitely not going to be in January, and it may be in February or March, but at the very latest, it will be in April. Now, title update 9, as a guess, my final guess, I'm going to say it's going to come out about halfway through March, or maybe less than that. So my final guess is 10th of March. That's when I'm guessing the title update is going to come out. I repeat, I'm guessing. This is a rough estimate. It's sort of an educated guess. I'd say it's quite a good guess really, but don't hold me to it. So yeah, this update's not going to be that far away. So that's about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I have a question for you. What are you looking forward to the most in Title Update 9? Comment in the section below, tell me all about it. I'm curious to see which one is the most popular. So that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like the video, favourite it if you really enjoyed and you're a true frog. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more news coming your way. Follow the Frog Squad on Twitter at the Frog Squad. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/the Frog Squad. So thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.